Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavet Movies. My name is John and this is going to be what movies I've picked up in the month of November 2021. Now this has been a big month this month. I've got a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to have to rattle through quite a few things because if I don't, this video will go on forever. So first up, I've got on Blu Ray Arrival. The reason why I chose the Blu Ray was because I'd heard that the 4K isn't that much of a step up on it, and also the 4K doesn't have a slipcover. And I'm interested to see this movie for two reasons. One, Amy Adams, and the other is directed by the same director as Dune. So that's Arrival. Next up is Terminator Dark Fate on 4K. The 4K on here looks spectacular, I've got to admit. And also, I think that this is a decent Terminator sequel because, to be honest, apart from Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, I don't bother with the other ones. I have seen them, I think, and I don't remember much about them. And I know that this is just, this timeline on this franchise is the most craziest one you'll ever meet. But I did think that this, on the whole, was quite a decent watch. So that's Terminator Dark Fate. Next up is Cruella. Now this is another one that everybody on YouTube has said that this is a great movie. I haven't heard a bad thing about it. I do like Emma Stone, so I really want to go and see this. I'm quite surprised it's not in Disney Plus yet, because I've got Disney Plus this month and having a good time with that. Actually, it's quite a good service, much better than Sky Movies. Sky Movies is diabolical at the minute. But anyway, so yes, the 4K on here does look spectacular, I do urge anybody, if they're thinking about picking it up. I did get this for £15, so I'd imagine you would get this cheap somewhere down the line. So that's Cruella. Next up is the Marx Brothers, and I think this is 5 movies in here. This is the 4 Marx Brothers in this this movie. There was a 5th one who never acted, apparently. And so yes, so I was very excited to get this from CEX. I wasn't very excited to get the fact that the sticker took part of this fella's face off, which you can't really see unless you look at it, scrutinize it. But how many times we've been there before. So I want to say thank you to all the people who have, on my videos, who have said that, give us some tips on how to take some of the glue off on these things. I don't know if it does too well on this type of cardboard box, but to be honest, I wish I'd known that before I did this, took this one off. But I have tried it on some other ones, namely nail varnish, and it works a treat. So this box set here has got quite a lot of their movies in, quite a lot of their good movies in. There is a few of them that aren't there, which I can find in other places. So that's the 4 Marx Brothers, the Paramount years, 1929 and 1933. And I have been told they're all talkies as well, because I thought 1929 might have been silent, but they're all talkies. Next up is The Neon Demon. This is another movie that I've been very interested in getting across, for a long time, and didn't find it anywhere. I found it in CEX. It's from the makers of Drive. Now, I thought Drive was an amazing movie. It looked and sounded excellent. I've been told that this one does as well. I flicked it on, and the picture quality in here looks absolutely stunning, and also the colours on here look absolutely stunning. So that's The Neon Demon. Next up is, I had to get this. This is when I started getting these movies from this franchise. It is Halloween 2. This was the first one that I bought. You'll find out why later in the movie, later in the video actually. And I've got to say that this looks spectacular. The whole presentation of this is just unbelievable. You get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, you get the Blu-rays are region A lock, but the 4Ks you can watch on a 4K player. But this has never looked this good. As I can say for all the other Halloween movies, it's absolutely stunning. I love this cover. I love this box that they've got in, they're using from the Scream Factory. And I can't recommend these highly enough. That's Halloween 2. Next up, I got The Fighter, again for Amy Adams. I remember I had this before and I think it's a great movie, but I thought, will I ever watch it again? So I let it go. Probably give it back to CEX. And when I realised that Amy Adams was in this movie, because I'm trying to get a few more of her movies, I thought to myself, yeah, I'll get this one again and give it a good watch, because I didn't really take any notice of it in this movie from what I remember. So that's The Fighter. Next is The Gentleman. Now this is the one that I've been using last night for the nail polish remover. I've got most of the glue off, but there's still the 2 ones that I had from the other day that I picked up, Secret Life of Pets and also Lego Movie. I got those off straight away, so that's great. This one's going to need another couple of run throughs, but it is getting rid of the stuff. So that's nail polish remover on here. So The Gentleman, I've heard this is Guy Ritchie return to form, so interesting to see this. I think my wife might watch this. She likes good hard-hitting sort of thug movies, believe it or not. So that's The Gentleman. Next up is Whiplash, but this is the 4K. So I put the 4K doesn't come with a slipcover. I got it for £10. So I've got this Blu Ray slipcover, so I put that on the shelves. You would never know. I just like the fact that this movie is that good. It deserves a slipcover. Me and my wife watched this month, so when I talk about what movies I watched this month, you'll hear what my wife thought of this one. Next up is Last Action Hero. Now this movie looks spectacular in 4K. I knew it would because the Blu-ray looked really nice as well. And I have thought that this movie is one of the most underrated movies of all time. It's so watchable. I just love this movie. I hadn't seen it for a long time. And when I put it on, I had a great time with it. And also the 4K was like unreal. I do think that the presentation of this movie with this no slipcover and this just really horrible picture on here, I think it's a travesty actually to see this released in this form. But anyway, I'm working on a slipcover to get around that. So that's the Last Action Hero. Next up are some subscriber mails. The first one is from my good friend Phil 4K Baker, and he gave me Puzzle. This is early 70s giallo, and it ticks all the boxes for me. It's got a really good, the picture quality here is really nice. It's a 4K scan actually, and very interesting seeing this. There's a lot of movies that I want to check out, and this one I've been trying to check out a few because I'm off this week, so I've been digging into them. So that's great, Phil. I do really appreciate the fact that you took the time out to send me this, and it's high on me to watch list, me massive to watch list. So that's Puzzle. Thanks, Phil. Next up, from my good friend Juha Tanskanen, he sent me Unknown Soldier. This is what that title equates to, and this comes with, it said on the box, and I didn't realize it actually comes with a film cell from the movie, which I thought wow, when I saw it, I didn't realize that was in there. So that's absolutely amazing. I do want to really want to check this one out as well. This is another one high me to watch list. So this is a story from the war that involves Finland, and this is meant to be a really big part of their history. I know nothing about it, if I'm honest, and I really want to check this out. Now this is a 4K restoration on here, and I've got to say this picture quality in here looks absolutely stunning. Black and white, pin sharp. So yeah, so really interesting seeing that. And also Juha sent me the TV series of that movie, which is kind of expanded in this set. And there's 2 discs in here. There's Juha's note. So this is the movie, and this one goes into more detail. So thanks once again, Juha. Next up on subscriber mail from my good friend Leon Talks Film. I'll leave a link down to his channel down below. He sent me The Favourite. Now this is the one that me and my wife definitely want to watch. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. It's meant to look a little bit like Barry Lyndon, which is such a good looking film, and a lot of people in the comments have said that this movie is a spectacular watch. It's kind of strange, like dark humor. It's got everything going for me. I didn't realize that Emma Stone was in this one as well, so that's another box ticked. So that's The Favourite, and thank you once again, Leon. Next up is Nocturnal Animals. This features Amy Adams. It's another one that I saw. I was looking through her filmography and I thought, right, there's a few I can buy. So I saw this one's only £5, and I thought, right, I'll give that a shot. I mean, I'll give anything with Amy Adams in a shot, because I do think that everything I've seen her in has been very watchable. So that's Nocturnal Animals. Next up is The Chinese Boxer. This is an amazing presentation from 88 Films. It comes in their Asian cinema collection, and lovely slipcase that. It's also got the choice which spine you want to go for. The spine that goes well with the other spines up there. Absolutely brilliant touch that as well. So this looks really good actually. It's a 1970 movie, but it looks really nice. It's another one. I've got a big long list to watch. These ones are very high up, because these ones have been after for quite a while, or known about for quite a while. So that's The Chinese Boxer. So next up is a movie I know nothing about. It is The Stylist. Now this is from Ariel, and it's only £10. Comes with a nice slipcase, and also it comes with 2 discs. It comes with a Blu-ray and also the CD soundtrack. So I didn't realize that was when I picked it up. I knew the box was heavy. It's got a nice booklet in here as well. It's meant to be quite a good movie, and one of these are the ones I get from Arrow, and I usually try them. It's a bit of a blind buy, I've got to be honest, and sometimes it can work out really bad when you buy a blind buy from Arrow. I think the blind buys with 88 usually always work out all right. So this, it might be good, might not be. I've heard conflicting reports about it. So yes, that's The Stylist. Next up is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on 4K. Now I've got to say that the picture quality on here is pretty good. It's better than I thought it was going to be, and also the colour on here is what makes this movie. The HDR in here just makes this movie come to life. It's always been a colourful movie, of course, because it's got these colours of the chocolate factory, but on the 4K it just raises the bar a lot, so that's very highly anticipated. I'm waiting. I think I'll probably watch this around about the Christmas time. This seems more like a Christmas movie to me. I don't know why. Okay, so that's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Next up is The Spy Who Dumped Me. I think I'm going to watch this one today. I just fancied watching something light-hearted and just a little bit different, a little bit daft. So I think this movie is just a bit of fun. I do like the two actresses in here, and also the picture quality here is very nice as well. Much better than I thought it was going to be. So that's The Spy Who Dumped Me. Next up, I got this movie from my son's girlfriend. So thank you, Joni. And it is Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. So I've heard that this movie takes place in like one shot, which sounds really good to me. Again, so I know nothing about it. But anything to do with samurais is a box tick for me. I've got a lot of time for samurai films. Watched a couple the other night. So yeah. So thank you once again, Joni. That's Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. Next up, I got the Universal Classics Monsters 4K box set. Try saying that after 10 pints. And this set. A bit of a flimsy box, I must admit, but in essence this set is great. You get Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman and Invisible Man. Also you get the Spanish version of Dracula, which is shot simultaneously to the original Dracula, and they do look, I think they look much better actually. I think that there's various levels of how good they look. I think the best one on here is Dracula, the Spanish Dracula. It looks pin sharp, and it's great to see these black and white movies looking that good. I think the lowest on here is the Wolfman, only because it's got more grain than the other films. It's noticeable in some scenes but not in others, but the picture quality on the Wolfman is pin sharp as well, so it's highly recommended. And I think this is coming down in price all the time. It started something like £70, but it's well down to £50-40 now. So that's Universal Classic Monsters collection. Next up, I got Frank. This tells the sort of true story-ish, with a lot of poetic license about Frank Sidebottom, the fella from Manchester, Chris Seavey, who made a career, not that he really wanted to, but that's really, he ended up being typecast as Frank Sidebottom, kind of, with a closed peg on his nose, so he had a squeaky voice and he had a papier-mâché head, and that was his character, Frank Sidebottom. Very anarchic. I think he's great actually. This movie is a bit surreal, but I think it's a kind of a really good tribute to Frank Sidebottom in general, because he was a strange, like, enigmatic anomaly, for want of a better word. And I do think that this is a movie that will kind of confuse a lot of people, especially if you don't know who Frank Sidebottom is in real life. So that's Frank. Next up is Cooties. Now I did hear from Ariel from the channel Splash with Ariel. I'll leave a link down to her channel down below. Great channel. And she said that this movie was actually shot at her high school. So this is that was amazing to hear that. And I wonder if she knew about that at the time. I wonder if she knew that this was going to be shot, or she just knew after the fact. But I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. And originally I did hear about this movie from the channel Amateur Filmies, which I'll leave a link down to their channel down below. And Sarah from Amateur Filmies was talking about this movie, I'm sure, on one of her old videos. So that's good recommendation from those two great channels. So that's Cooties. Next up is Zombie High. Now this is from 88 Films. This is a blind buy for me, but I do think that usually 88 Films, you get your movie from them and they usually are good. The movie looks great as well, so I'm very interested to check this one out. That's Zombie High. Next up is Psycho Gorman. Now this was when I was in the shop and I was talking to Stephen Monkey Mason. I'll leave a link down to his channel down below, Lonely Tree Entertainment. He was saying you've got to see this movie, and I have heard a lot of people talking about it. So I thought, right, I'll have a bit of that, and I got this notice in a 20% off sale, which was great as well. So that's Psycho Gorman. I think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to be quite over the top, which is exactly what I like. Maybe slightly trauma-esque. So that's Psycho Gorman. Next up, if I can pick it up, is the big box set of the movie The Guest. Now, it's crazy about this movie. Like I say, it's a lump. It's really hard to carry around in the shop with you. And I was glad that I got 25% off this, or 20% off this. So I don't know anything about this movie, still don't know anything about this movie. I'm going to watch this on my week off this week, definitely. And I do think that I've heard a lot of people say it's a great movie, but they don't go into it at all. I don't know what any of the storyline is or anything. So this is going to be a movie that I will be excited to watch on the strength of that, not knowing a single thing about the movie. So that is The Guest. I'll have to put it down there, it'll fall off that pile. So next up is The Haunted House of Horror. Now this is a great package actually. It's a limited edition, numbered limited edition. You do get a poster in here, you get art cards, you get a lot actually, you get a booklet. So the company that makes it is Screenbound. Not that I know too much about them, but if they do more like this, I'll definitely be on board with their releases. So that's The Haunted House of Horror.
What? Too long? Yeah, I know it is. It's going to go on forever if I do it in one go. Oh, hello, didn't quite see you there. Yeah, I'm just going to photobomb this video, and just to say to you, this video is going to be in 2 parts now, because I realised halfway through I thought this is going to be a ginormous video, and rather than you sitting here for 45 minutes, I'll just break it into 2 parts. So, thanks for watching, you take care, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.